Okay, we're doing J3, and the reason that we're kind of flipping back and forth to Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 is because factoring is so important for everything else that we're going to be doing in Algebra 2. You're going to be doing it a lot in college algebra, and if you go on and do bigger and better maths, you've got to know how to factor. So we're kind of just trying to get the basics and then seeing if we know the basics and just kind of going back and forth on those. So that's what we're going to do on J3. So on AA4 and AA5 in your Algebra 1, I wanted to do a lot of the first one, and then on AA5 I wanted to do a lot of the second one, and then on J3 it's a review. You got to know what to do and when to do it, but there's nothing new on J3. You've already done it in AA4 and AA5. Okay. So, very first thing, see if there is a greatest common factor, and there is not. Okay, so we're just going, and the leading coefficient is 1, so we do not have to do any multiplying. So F and F, bring the first sign down, multiply the two signs and get negative. Multiply to get this sign, do this to get that number, and what is that number? Well, that number is 1. So what multiplies to get 6 and subtracts to get 1? 3 and 2, and 3 is bigger than 2, so 3 is going to go first, and 2 is going to go second, and that's a 3. There you go. There's no greatest common factor in this one. The leading coefficient is 1, so y and y. Negative and negative times positive is a negative. Multiply to get 16, add to get 10. 8 and 2. No GCF to take out. Plus and a plus. Multiply to get 24. Do this to get 11, which is the add. And so 8 and 3. Okay. Same thing. Minus times the negative is a positive. Multiply to get 6 and subtract to get 1. Well, I don't really know why I put that in this problem, since it's basically this one except for the signs changing. But just as a refresher though, 3 minus 2 is a positive 1. Negative 3 plus 2 is a negative 1. So maybe that's why I put that there, and I just didn't remember it. Let's move up here. Row, there's GCF. What will go into 3, 12, and 63? 3 does. So we're going to divide everything by 3. We're going to take a 3 out. That cannot be left off, right? And divide by 3, 4, and 21. Leading coefficients is 1, which is perfect. V and V, plus a positive and a negative is a negative. Multiply to get 21, subtract to get 4, 7, and 3. Another GCF of 2. Multiply to get 10, add to get 7, 5, and 2. So I kind of say the same steps over and over and over. So I just kind of try to say as little as possible after doing it forever and ever and ever. So we have to take out a 5. 14. Not 14. Is it 14? Well, I guess it would have to be 12 if that was 11, wouldn't it? Okay, my bad. I have no idea why I thought that was 14. Okay, so 5, leading coefficients 1. Yep. And then W plus and W plus Multiply to get 11, add to get 12, 11 and 1. Five, 5, and 5. 2 squared minus, let's see if I get that one out this time, 13. Multiply to get 13, subtract to get 12, 13 and 1. Okay. So on this one we have a 3, a 4, and a 7. Nothing will go into 3, 4, and 7. Okay, so there's nothing to take out. But, no, our leading coefficient is 3. So we have to move the 3. We have to multiply the 7 and the 3. We're going to factor. Actually, we've already done that. That's positive 121. Right here. We've already done that. And if you keep really good notes, a lot of these problems are used over and over and over. Okay, but because we multiplied the 7 and 3 at the beginning, we have to divide by 3 at the end. 7 over 3 is reduced, so we move the 3 to the v. 3 over 3 is 1. There you go. Good. Does that. I wish if I could fix it, I would fix it. But I can't. Why don't we? 4, 11, and 6. Nothing goes into 4, 11, and 6. So we're going to move the 4 over here. So we have x squared minus 11x plus 24. Multiply to get 9. No. 8 and 3. Then we're going to divide by 4. 8 over 4 is 2. 3 over 4 is reduced. 2 over 4 is 10. J squared plus 9j minus 22. J plus j minus 22 and 2 and 11, 11 and 2. Because the bigger number comes first. Divide by 2. 2j plus 11, j minus 1. Wow, 28, 77, and 42. Time to get your fact sheet out, right? If you don't know that 7 is the biggest number that will go into all 3 of those numbers. So we have to take a 7 out first. So 4z squared plus 11z plus 6. But there's a 4. So the 7 chills. Then we take it down to 2 parentheses. Get 8 and 3. Then we have to put the 4 back in. That's a plus 3. And so our answer is 7. See, I didn't lose that 7. It's still there. Okay. Now sometimes I get myself to thinking, okay, so 18. Make sure that I'm going to get this right. So I'm going to list just real quickly the factors of 18. Okay. And so then I'm looking at the smaller number, which is 30, and which of these numbers, which of those numbers is the biggest number that goes into 30, which is 6. And will 6 go into 84? Yes. So I'm going to take out a 6. Six goes into 8 one time. 2 of 4, so 24. Leading coefficient is not 1. divide by 3. And 2 is the biggest number, goes into 6 and 8. So again, divide everything by 2. Ah, needs to be a 3, doesn't it? You almost caught me. So the 3 needs to go with the 4. Uh, 6 and 2. And then put the 3 back in. If you forget anything, it's to put that number back in. I understand, but it's the way it happens. Alright, that's it.